Welcome to Hidden History. We're thrilled to have you here with us on this journey of exploration and discovery. This is a place where we delve into the unseen, the forgotten, the overlooked, those pockets of time that went unnoticed in the grand scale of human history. Like and subscribe for even more overlooked events in history that you won't find anywhere else. Have some hidden history you'd like for us to look into and share? Let us know in the comments. Now let's get to it. In the annals of history, there are heroes whose tales are sung far and wide, but there are also those who, despite their monumental contributions, remain hidden in the shadows. One such hero was born in the humble mountain village of Andorno on March 5, 1677. His life was destined to intersect with one of Europe's most tumultuous periods. This is the tale of that unsung hero, Pietro Micca. As the War of the Spanish Succession raged on, destiny called upon Micca. A humble recruit under the Savoy king, Vittorio Amadeo II, he would find himself as the last line of defense of the city of Turin, standing as the remaining bastion against the invading French forces. Born halfway between today's Vallecervo towns of Sagliano and Andorno in the Biella area, Pietro learned to work stone at a very young age. A bricklayer by profession, he lived in the mountain village, then part of the Duchy of Savoy. Micca's youthful years were dark, where wars or outbreaks of wars were commonplace. In that period, Micca lost his job as a bricklayer and found himself poorer than he had been before and with a family to support. Struggling and without work, Pietro decided to join the Savoy army. After King Vittorio's troops had been disarmed in the plain of San Benedetto Po by the army of the Duke of Vendôme on the orders of the French sovereign Louis XIV, King Amadeo desperately was in need of men in order to support the war effort against France and Spain. He also knew that he would need miners as the battle to come would take place around the city's citadel. For this reason, among the 20,000 new soldiers, King Amadeo had chosen 50 miners and, among them, Pietro Micca. As a miner, Micca was experienced working underground in his hometown, and for this reason he was assigned to the troops designated to defend the underground tunnels of the Turin fortress. In the enlistment register, his nickname was placed next to his surname, Passepartout, meaning passing everywhere, for his remarkable ability to move easily throughout Turin's underground. Micca, a mere bricklayer, found his destiny in the labyrinthine underground tunnels of Turin's citadel, his skills as a miner proving to be the city's saving grace. Now try to imagine Turin, a city under siege encircled by a formidable force of 44,000 French soldiers. One Savoy fortress after another toppled under the onslaught of the French as they relentlessly advanced onto Turin. By August 1705, they had finally arrived at the city's gates. The conquest of the city was a crucial step in controlling northern Italy up to the Adige, where, under the command of Marshal Eugene of Savoy, the imperial army had been stationed. However, upon catching sight of the city, the French troops halted their advance. The heavy toll of the previous sieges had left them weary and their morale at rock bottom. In October of that year, the French, depleted and with low morale, decided to withdraw and postpone their offensive until the following year. Fast forward to mid-May 1706, the French, now led by Louis d'Aubusson, Duke of La Feuillade, and backed by an army of 44,000 men and a substantial artillery, resumed their attack on Turin. But almost immediately they committed a series of blunders. The most significant of these was ignoring Marshal Vauban's warning about the extensive network of underground tunnels that were expanded during the French winter retreat. Vauban cautioned French leadership that, and I quote, "The tangle of tunnels will lead you to the end of the world and will only serve to bury the best of your troops alive." Anticipating the French would return with reinforcements, Vittorio Amadeo II had taken measures to reinforce the external defences of the walls of the citadel with a labyrinth of tunnels dug by skilled miners. The total length of the tunnels facing the citadel stretched over 14 kilometres, while those closest to the city walls extended nearly 8 kilometres. The citadel itself, with its pentagonal plan and dry moat, was located in the southwest area of Turin. It began construction in 1564 and was completed in 1567. It was here where, in the dimly lit underground passages, Micca would stand his ground, a beacon of resolve against the encroaching darkness. The French army, relentless and unyielding, pressed on, 44,000 soldiers against a mere 10,000 Savoy soldiers defending the city of Turin. The stage was set for a tumultuous battle for survival. At the stroke of midnight on August 29, 1706, amidst the relentless shelling and incessant fighting that echoed through the complex networks of tunnels and mines, 4 French grenadiers took the initiative. Lowering themselves into a ditch, they reached the door of the tunnel that led directly into the fortress. Despite being met and subsequently killed by the Savoy Guard, they had managed to breach the defense, opening the way for a secondary wave of French soldiers. The French soldiers, relentless as ever, overwhelmed and eliminated the remaining handful of Savoy soldiers defending the entrance. They ventured into the first section of the tunnel and descended a flight of stairs, only to be met by another obstacle, a barred door. It was at this final hurdle that they encountered Pietro Micca. In the face of overwhelming odds, Micca made a decision that would forever alter the course of the conflict. With the enemy at his heels, Micca made the ultimate sacrifice. Already having barred the tunnel door, he quickly began filling a nearby mine stove with 20 kilograms of gunpowder to collapse the ramp leading down to the entrance. Hearing the enemy at the door, Micca urged one of his comrades to light the fuse, but seeing him struggle, Micca cried out, "Get up over there! You've gone longer than a day without bread. Leave it to me and run away to save yourself." Micca selflessly lit the short fuse. The almost immediate explosion caused the vault of the staircase to collapse and overwhelm the French advance, killing the brave miner who was hit by the shock wave of the explosion and thrown 40 feet away along the low and narrow tunnel. The stairs and the upper gallery collapsed, burying the invaders. The siege ended with the defeat of the French a few days later, on the 7th of September, 1706. The Siege of Turin, which lasted from the 14th of May to the 7th of September, saw the victory of the Savoyan army after 117 days, leading to the surrender of the French. 6 years later, the Treaty of Utrecht was signed, and in 1714 that of Rastatt, which would institute Vittorio Amadeo II of Savoy as the first Savoyan king of Sicily. Those 2 treaties ended the War of the Spanish Succession. And here, Micca's patriotism was born, partly out of heroism, partly out of not knowing what to do in the face of certain death. He made the ultimate sacrifice. Through his heroic act, Micca not only altered the course of a war, but also etched his name in the annals of history. So, when you ponder upon the unsung heroes of our past, remember Pietro Micca, a bricklayer turned soldier, an unlikely hero in one of Europe's most pivotal conflicts. There you have it. If you enjoyed this episode and want to continue this journey with us, then you can show your support by liking this video and subscribing to our channel. It takes just a second, but it means the world to us. Your support helps us create more content and helps us reach more history enthusiasts like you. Till next time, when we explore even more hidden history.